Severe weather for the Midwest, lots of flash flooding in multiple locations, soon to be Hurricane Erin, and another fire risk for the West. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pooh. Today is August 15, 2025. Starting with severe weather, we have a slight risk, or a 2 out of 5, from South Dakota all the way to Wisconsin. And what that entails is that we have a 2% chance to see an isolated tornado, mostly in the upper Midwest, a 15% chance to see winds up to 60 miles per hour, and a 50% chance to see hail up to 1 to 2 inches in diameter. We may see two separate weather events, one in Iowa where a small cluster may form around 1 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to see more clusters form around 4 p.m. Central Time in Wyoming, South Dakota, and travel northeastward. Now these clusters in the Dakotas may form into an MCS, or mesoscale convective system, or one big blob, into the night and into the next morning from Minnesota to Wisconsin. And we may see rainfall from 1 to 2 inches, and maybe an isolated place make it 3 inches or greater. But for future reference, this area in the upper Midwest may see a lot of rain in the next 2 days, including today, as the Weather Prediction Center has issued a slight risk for both Saturday and Sunday. From the mid-Atlantic to the southeast, you may see an isolated storm or two, timeframes from 3 p.m. to this evening. You may see 1 to 2 inches of rain. For the southwest, kind of the same deal, isolated storms around 1 p.m. Mountain Time throughout the evening as well. Now for South Texas, that tropical disturbance that we've been looking at in the Gulf for the past few days will now be entering into your area, and you may see rainfall totals from 1 to 3 inches throughout the day. And now for a pretty rare event, especially in August, the Pacific Northwest, you guys are going to see a lot of rain, especially if you live on the coastline. You may see rainfall totals up to 3 inches or greater. The mountain ranges are going to see upwards to 4 inches or greater, and the Seattle, Tacoma metro area may see close to an inch. And what's happening is we have an atmospheric river, basically meaning that we have a large plume of moisture headed into the Pacific Northwest. And this is caused by a huge upper level trough that's transporting all this moisture from the Pacific to the area. And with that being said, if we look at 500 millibars or midway through the troposphere, we can see that we have a really broad trough that's bringing in really good wind speed, really good shear, which is going to tilt those updrafts and really prolong those showers that are developing. And with all this predicted rainfall today, the Weather Prediction Center has discussed that this may threaten August monthly records. In terms of the tropics, Tropical Storm Erin is going to be a hurricane very soon, and looking at the Euro Ensemble models to see what her projected path is, it's still leaning towards the north to the northeast. The main concern right now is places like Puerto Rico may see isolated rainfalls from 4 to 6 inches from Friday to Sunday. And depending how far east Erin will go from the east coast will depend on how much rainfall places like North Carolina will get in terms of rainfall. And now for the west, especially the Great Basin area, we have an elevated risk owing from Las Vegas all the way to the border of Montana, Iowa, and Wyoming. And with that, we're going to have isolated dry thunderstorms, which lightning is going to pose a risk, and also wind gusts. These areas are going to see relative humidities below 15% and also wind speeds from 15 to 25 miles per hour. And that's why we have